Good Thursday evening, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back, Southwest Arkansas weather. Let's take a look at your evening weather log. First, starting off with current model data, what we could possibly see overnight tonight, and as we go into the rest of this week, we'll take a look at the 6 day forecast and the colder air that's on its way for this upcoming weekend. Let's jump into the current HRRR model, latest HRRR model for overnight tonight, and watch up here across central and northern Arkansas. You can kind of see maybe some precipitation in a way. This has continued to trend just a little north, and let me pull up precipitation top there. Overnight tonight, we could have some very isolated, small chance of overall of maybe some winter weather overnight tonight. Latest HRR moves a little further north. We'll see if that's a trend that continues. The newest model kind of continues to show that over Little Rock. There's some earlier models. If we back this up, that's showed that a little further south. You can kind of see that there, just a little further south down here near Malvern, a little more widespread. So we'll have to see overnight tonight, but I would not be surprised maybe if we get an isolated report or two of maybe a some wintry mix overnight. It would not surprise me, although I think it's a low chance, and I don't think we see a whole lot of that anywhere widespread. Can't rule out the possibility, maybe some few flurries here and there throughout the weekend as we end off January into the 31st through this weekend. Can't rule that out over the weekend, maybe a flurry or two, but nothing major like what we've seen this past weekend. Taking a look at your forecasted 6 day forecast here. Once again, I'm just going to be honest with you, these high temperatures today. Temperatures in Arkadelphia warmed up to 60 degrees, which was a good thing to get this melted out of here. Data just continues to struggle with this snowpack that we have over us, or well, not necessarily snow, but ice pack that we have over us, and it's melting away slowly but surely. It's going to take a while to melt away. Finally, though, I think it's gotten soft enough in some places to where counties can kind of really start to make a major impacts on our county and secondary roads across Southwest Arkansas, and pray that that continues. But by this weekend, we're going to drop back down into the 30s and 20s for highs by Saturday. But first, starting off with Friday, mostly sunny skies. And with that ice pack being over us, the data, what I was getting at a minute ago, that data is under predicting temperatures pretty well. But we're getting a new air mass in this weekend, so we'll see if data continues the trend of being underplaying, or if it's gonna balance itself back out. That's always the fun stuff with models and weather models, and some of those apps, they just go off of that data, and that will get you there for a bit if you're not paying too great attention to that. You can try your best forecast, but at the end of the day, Mother Nature decides what it's going to do and what it's not. And for the most part, though, temperatures continue to be a little on the warmer side with highs in the 40s. Not as warm as what we've seen today, maybe a few 50s, but we do have really another Arctic blast coming through this weekend with overnight lows dropping into the single digits in teens. We do have a cold weather advisory for wind chills predicted to be pretty chilly down into the single digits, maybe even a few below wind chill values if that maximizes this weekend. Highs on Saturday, partly cloudy skies. We do have another 10% chance, maybe a flurry or two overnight Friday night. And into Saturday, we'll have to keep close eye on that. Like we said, nothing major, but we'll keep an eye on that. Partly cloudy skies on Saturday, highs in the 20s and 30s across the region, with maximum temperatures topping out just above freezing. Overnight lows going to be in the teens, and we warm up by the time we get into Sunday. But once again, anything that's on the ground, it's going to be frozen most of the day Saturday, so any melting is going to really come to a stop come Saturday for most of us. Sunny skies on Sunday, highs in the upper 40s, a few lower 50s could be a possibility. Overnight lows in the lower 30s there once again. Partly cloudy skies on Monday with highs around 60 degrees and overnight lows around 39. More rain chances return Tuesday. Right now, we're keeping them at a 30% chance of some rain showers. Some sun could be possible there as well. Highs into the 60s. Overnight lows down into the 20s. And we go back into the 50s for Wednesday with partly cloudy skies and overnight lows in the 20s there once again. So let's take a look at some model data here and show you a little bit more of what we're talking about for this upcoming time frame. Once again, this is the National Weather Service blend of models, so this just helps us get a general idea on what temperatures could possibly do. And you can kind of see this today. Look at 3 p.m. It was predicting temperatures at 48, 49, 48 degrees in Arkadelphia, and they reached 60 degrees. So data is just struggling. I mean, it's struggling through this week, and we'll see what happens as we go into this weekend. The reason we're showing you this is because as we go into Friday and Saturday, we're getting a change in that air mass, so that maybe will help the data some there. Overnight lows going to be down. Well, Saturday morning you can see single digits, teens and 20s across the region. Then by the 12 p.m. we warm up into the 20s, and 30s will be possible as we go closer to 3 p.m. for some. This just goes to 6 p.m. currently because we're a few days out still, but you can just get the general idea. It's going to be cold again this weekend. Not as cold for as long as what we've seen this previous week, but this is still going to continue to be on the cold side of things. And when we take a look at this on the potential wind chill values, watch what happens here. Remember, this model is kind of a blend of all the models, and this shows you potential wind chill values. If this maximizes, is in the below zeros and single digits across southwest Arkansas. So another cold weekend. Either way, maybe not take these numbers as exactly, but the general idea is it's going to be cold. If this is just off by, if this is just warmer by like 5 degrees, you're still looking at single digits and teens for most locations. So either way, it's going to be a cold weekend once again this weekend. Kind of see there on Sunday that wind dies down some, but just continuing to watch that closely. I wanted to show you both of that, or both of those. Also want to show you just the probability for precipitation tonight. Kind of see this is wanting to show about that 12 a.m. time frame overnight tonight, picking up on maybe a 30-20% chance across the region. Right now, we're going to keep that about 10 to 20 based off of current trends. That moves out and then really just kind of continuing those small, less than 10% chances into Saturday, and kind of just continuing that. And then as we go into Tuesday, maybe an increase in those rain chances. What we're seeing here is this is a 6-hour, what's called our QPF, or in terms, our quantitative precip forecast. And this kind of just helps you with, or I may have mistaken that, just the QPF, pretty much just the precipitation in liquid form, and this is showing the possibilities of getting up to 100th inch of rainfall, and it just shows you on Wednesday into Wednesday, 40% chance right now, currently up to 50% chance. Some locations we're keeping it at 30 though for your day. On Tuesday, once again, that moves out and our rain chances go back down. But reason I'm showing you that is just to give you a little idea on those potential rain chances. Another thing that we can look at with the thunderstorm or thunder chances, and that kind of shows you going into Tuesday. There's some small chances we may see a thunderstorm or two, but for the most part, really thinking mainly rain showers there. And data's still on the far end side of that, so we'll continue to watch that and keep you updated with the newest as we get closer. Just thought I would show you some of the cool details with that as well, some behind the scenes on that. And that's all we have really for the evening weather blog. Once again, we continue this is like a broken record. We continue the freezing and thawing process overnight tonight in areas that get below freezing. If there's any liquid water on the roadways, anything of that nature, black ice could be a possibility. Once again, we could get below freezing in a few locations. Some locations may struggle to get there. We'll see. We did have some cloud cover over us earlier, so that may help keep temperatures kind of hovering right around where they're at, or down in, not as cold. We'll see though with that. But once again, just best thing to look at is if your thermostat says it's below freezing, 32 or below, and you get out on the roadways, just be prepared if there's slick spots, which more than likely there'll be, although they're trying to get the sides of the road better. Just continue to keep an eye on that and continue to just be cautious of black ice and all of that possibilities there. As always, we want to end this off by saying a big thanks to all of our sponsors: J&S Auto Supply, Bumper to Bumper, Landmark Insurance Agency, Palmer's Roofing, and Patterson's Credit Union. Give them a call, and if you're in need of any of the things that they offer, and visit them at their locations. Make sure to check them out on social media as well. And as always, if you own a business and would like to join these, feel free to shoot us a message over on Facebook or here on YouTube. Put it in the comments, and we can get to you the quickest we can. As always, though, have a great rest of your Thursday. See you back here tomorrow evening for another look at your evening weather blog. and have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys very much for trusting us right here with your source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather.